G'day mates, and welcome back to Anno 1800. Today we are in the New World. We've got a couple of ships here, and of course just coming into camera now is going to be our large clipper. And this one's stocked up with a whole host of different supplies. We've got timber, we've got bricks, we've got windows, we've got steel beams. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to need, but it looks like our second clipper has also just arrived in the session as well. They've sailed in on that sort of world map, and they've come across bearing additional timber, more bricks and more steel beams. I'm not envisioning a huge demand for windows. We've also got a small military contingent here. We've got the Sweet Harmony, the Barnacle, and the Invincible 2 with a couple of leftover bits and pieces. These I couldn't offload, and the weapons I thought I'd stock up and bring over just in case we needed to build some defenses over here, because Jean La Fortune, or Fortune, I don't know how to pronounce that in French, Jean La Fortune has declared war on us, and he seems to be the equivalent of the pirate in this particular region. Anyway, I think I'm going to actually set up just here. It is a lot wider and much more beach frontage over there on that side of the island, but this side of the island, excuse me, this side of the island does have close access to the in-out point, or what appears to be the entrance and exit point, so that will allow for quick trading. So we're going to build a trade post here, and with that we have effectively settled the New World. So let's have a look at what we're going to be faced with here. Yes, that's good. She has actually in the meantime settled 2 islands down here, which is, by looks of things, maybe coming in for a third one. Quite a significant amount of stuff going on. But let's have a look at what we can build here. So Jornaleiro, which must be colonists, perhaps in Portuguese or something similar to that. I'm not exactly sure where that word comes from. If I had to guess, it's got something to do with colonists. We're going to require, what is, it's timber. Timber seems to be the main resource here, so we're going to set down 2 of these over in this corner, and we're going to harvest as much timber as we can to actually build up our resources. Now we've got a fair bit of, what's the word, we've got a fair chunk of supplies here, but I'd hate to run out and burn them and have to really slow down a huge amount. I think I can get through there. There we go. So with that all set up, we should be able to set down our sawmills over in this direction. They can reach, they can actually reach a certain distance out, so they should deliver to there, and then this guy can pick up those things from over there. And we do have a critical workforce. We're going to throw down some jornaleros, and looks like fried bananas are their main source of food. Now I'm not going to do a huge amount of beautification here to start with. I'm not going to go mega grids either. I'm just going to try to get a couple of basic areas set up, and then we'll figure this out later as we go along. Okay, and so with that we've actually got the first people settling in this region. Hopefully that is not enough of a workforce. What do they actually require? So they're going to require access, they're going to require food and ponchos of some sort, which come from... I have no idea where ponchos come from. Must unlock as I get more of them. They're also going to require rum, and sugar is not something I can grow on this island, so that is a problem. And they'll require a chapel as well, which should be simple enough to build. Perhaps it'll be unlocked as we build more people on the island. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time building up this island to get a bit of a workforce and really see what we start to unlock as we go along. Alrighty then, so we've got a little basic workforce set up. It's not a huge amount, but that will increase as we begin to provide them with food and ponchos, which have now unlocked. So ponchos require alpaca farms, and then we can just turn them into nice, comfortable alpaca wool ponchos. It doesn't really seem like the climate, if I'm going to be perfectly frank here, to wear alpaca wool ponchos. Alpaca is very insulating. It's great against the cold. Good against the rain, so I suppose this in a wet area would help. But I would have thought, perhaps I'm mistaken here, but I would have thought that ponchos would be more suitable up in the mountains and whatnot. So who knows? Who knows? That requires timber, which I'm low on, but luckily I brought. Oh, there it is. I couldn't see the boat. Luckily, I brought additional bits of timber in. I need to quickly build you up, and that should provide a little bit of happiness and more revenue. There we go, chapel as well. So that's giving me additional revenue. How much additional revenue? Nope, that gives me no additional revenue. Are these people not paying tax? They are, but they're not paying a lot of tax. So happiness, I suppose, just stops them from... Okay, is that all happiness does? Apparently happiness is only for starting festivals, which I've had pop up occasionally. And they also can trigger quests, which quests are not anything that really interests me in any capacity at all. So that's a bit of a waste there. But it doesn't matter. Happiness is going to be good to keep them. Fine, one final look what's cleared.
I got the picket line only to take
Yes. Oh yeah, that was an event that happened. Let's just make people happy. I really don't care at this point. A bit of propaganda. It's funny how fast I've fallen. I've gone from being the good guy to smashing at the propaganda. Now, what I was trying to actually talk about is that the basic food here... Slow this down, there's too much shit popping up. The basic food in this case is a farm good that you throw down, and you throw down a number of fields to go with it, but it also still requires access to the coast, like fish. So it's just a more complicated version of what people are eating over in the old world. So it's still fish, it's just more complicated fish. So I don't have coastline. Guess I can't be next to it. This is, here we go. I got no idea how this actually works. So they take 30 seconds, they take 30 seconds, and they take 30 seconds. So it's a 1 to 1 to 1 ratio. So 4 of those should be more than sufficient to keep us going for a long time. I'll throw you in there. And that's as simple as that. And of course you just connect straight up. Yeah, I don't really care. These are a bit past my thing. Actually, to be fair, I did end up finishing that other one off camera. I thought there's no point just going through, cutting in, having little mini episodes all the time while I was waiting for supplies. So I ended up just getting a fox, a seagull, and a pigeon or something like that. So I'll show you that when I head back to the main city. But for this episode, we're still going to keep plugging away and getting this taken care of. Now, ideally we can get 1, 2, 3 farms in. Let's actually go down this way. Let's actually first see how much we need. I need 128. It's a lot of
This is the way the farmers ride. Hobbledy hobbledy hoy. Hey!
That's just weird. This requires a fair chunk of stuff. There you go. So that's one done. So we can get a couple more plantains. Actually not that bad in the grand scheme of things. I thought it would be a lot worse than it actually was. We can get this. And let's just use all the additional land we've got over here in the corner. You're going to have to head up this way. Use all that. How many more do I need? Quite a few more actually. There we go, and of course a third one should be able to, as simple as just throwing that down, left a little spot for a connection there, and then I can turn this entire chunk into, what do you call this, into banana plantation. So already we're starting to clear the new world. It's just what Europeans do, I guess. But, there we go, developing the new world, and of course, well, a little bit of lag, Yeah, I'll pay you money. It's chicken feed at this point. Quite a nice little plantation. I suppose it certainly looks nicer than all these big ugly tall trees in the middle of nowhere. We can clear this out and have banana plantations as far as the eye can see. So to start with, let's get rid of these here. And I'm going to throw in the fryer. The fried plantain kitchen. Where do I want to put these? I could put them just straight down there, but then they might be a little bit close to those people. But I suppose in New World, it doesn't really matter too much. I can't build special roads either. So it looks like slow roads are the way until I actually level these people up. Too many transporters, and I can't level it up either. So what I'll do is just throw down another one over there. That should be able to keep up now. The two of them combined should be able to hopefully maintain everything. We'll find out, otherwise I'll throw down a third one. So that gives us food. Let's move up to a slightly higher speed so things can start to flow through quite quickly. Should have enough fish oil. Let's have a look how we're going here. Where we got? I wish there was a way to filter for New World only. I guess that's not happening. Where are we? Where are we? Bananas, we've got bananas. Fish oil, we've got a lot of that. And so, of course, the fried plantains should be firing up immediately.
Still waiting for it to arrive.
No, still waiting on bananas. Oh, there we go. So they are cooking up now. It'll take a while to get up to full production speed. But by then we'll be good. Okay, so food is going to start trickling in. And that will increase our workable population, which is great. So next up is ponchos. Now, what do ponchos actually require? They just require alpaca farms. Now, I imagine alpaca farms require the actual areas to be put down. So let's throw one down and have a look how many farms it requires. 4, and they are... One, didn't quite work how I'd like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I throw down another one there, I should be able to just begin to tessellate them. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. I guess so. I don't really care. Let's throw down 4 of these babies. Okay, one. Ooh. And of course the backspace key doesn't work. In the previous Anno games you could press backspace and it would undo the most recent field placement without having to actually close out and redo it. I do wish they would consider bringing that back sometime in the future. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's that done nicely. With this here we can get a little you guys in connected to the city, a small warehouse there. And now we can get the poncho factories, I suppose. Poncho Dana. They're, of course, pretty big. I'm going to need... What's the production ratio here? 1 to 1. Very, very easy. So 1, 2, 3. It's a pain in the ass. 4. There we go. This guy's probably going to be unable to keep up. So once I upgrade them, though, I suspect... Yeah, I need one Obreros, whatever the hell that means. It'll allow me to, it must be the next level of people. Then we just need to get the ponchos in and we'll be good. So with that, we'll have actually settled the New World and things will be looking very, very nice. So while time's ticking over here, I'm actually going to head back to Bristol and have a look at how things are going over there because I have left it for quite some time. Still town carnival going on. How are our supplies holding up? We appear to have pretty much full supplies. Let's look at consumer goods. Pretty much full supplies on everything. We're struggling a little bit with the canned food. I'm trying to buy that in as quickly as possible. Beer is a bit of a struggle as well, but it is being delivered from the other island. So perhaps I should up the production over there. I am currently buying to supplement at this stage. And of course sausages also. If I can get additional trade partners, then we might be in a bit of a situation where I could get a lot more stuff being dropped off. They don't want to trade with me. So how about I flatter her? Medium low. Let's try offering a gift instead. 5 grand is... 2% is... Yeah, it's pretty average. It's that's pretty crappy. Let's be frank about that. You, on the other hand, can I flatter you? High chance, or I can pay... Sounds like it's actually a higher chance to flatter him.
You're right. The board should put more faith in me.
Okay, so this guy, Willie Wibblesock, is...
Same.
his personality seems to be a little bit... he's not very confident with himself, so by flattering him and telling him how much of a good gentleman he is, he will handle that better, I suppose, than being paid money. Now the question is, can I request trade? Still 0. If I get him much happier, perhaps by... my economy is stronger than his, but my military is only marginally stronger. In her case, though, she's militarily a lot stronger than I am. So definitely something I need to keep an eye out. Thankfully, she is a goodly soul, as the description just said before. So have a quick look here. Once you build up these things, if I throw down, let's look at this here. I'll throw down another one. It doesn't fit there. It's somewhat frustrating. I thought I'd left space. So I'll move you across, throw in this one here, and then move you back. So it is, when it's still under construction, or not under construction, when it's empty, it looks like an area that hasn't actually been finalized yet. But then we throw in birds, and you end up with these aviaries here. So I've got the common pigeon, or the pigeon, which is a common item, gives me additional faith if I take it on expedition. So tuppence a bag. It's a Mary Poppins reference. I could take this on an expedition, and whenever I need faith, I throw out a pigeon at people. This one here, when it's equipped in the zoo, it just adds attractiveness. Doesn't do anything else. Does that do anything? Yes, it adds attractiveness as well. That's good. And of course the fox over here also adds attractiveness. Looks like any basic common animal will add 10 attractiveness. And you don't need to build paths in between them. They will automatically create little paths for people to walk around on and enjoy the thing. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like a very dense population of foxes, but I suppose that's fine for an exhibit back in the ye olde days. Everything else seems to be holding up relatively well. Soap dropping, but that's because it gets shipped in. This island over here, if I can find something to click. Nope, there we go. You are completely out of snaps, which is a problem. Not necessarily a problem.
I have learned a great deal about trade from you.
Could be a small problem, actually. I should consider adding in additional schnapps production. So I'll just throw down another one of you guys. Okay, I've got one of those, and of course I just need a... what do I need? Where is the... I'll just find it here. Snaps production. I'll throw you in. I suppose I'll throw you there. That should be sufficient for this particular one to handle. I might just upgrade it just to ensure that it can adequately do this entire area. So more schnapps production coming in. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but I think it's schnapps, and that will keep us all going. So with that, let's head back to the new world, because my people are going to be requiring sewing machines and fur coats. So I want to level those guys up. By now, they should have actually been prepared to level up. They have the ponchos going through, and will be ready to... Like to do is get as much done, because it's now Sunday afternoon for me over in Australia, which is probably Saturday for most of the rest of the world. Yeah, it's 10% of my money for a ceasefire. I mean, you haven't been a threat at all, but I'd hate for him to come over and raid anything while I'm... a quest? No, thank you. Okay, let's have a look here. We're ready to upgrade. So with that, we'll go and I will upgrade... I think the people along the shoreline where the port, it's a port area, so these people are more likely... Okay, that was a bit of a... struggling to load there for a second. The Age of Independence. Oh, that's not good. They've only been a colony for a few days. What have we got here? I need tortillas. Somehow I have a couple of tortillas, and coffee, which... Tortillas are corn, so we can grow corn. Coffee, I can grow coffee as well. What I can't get... Boxing ring, that's cool. Cigars, beer. We've got tobacco. Yes, we've got tobacco fertility here. Beer, I'd have to import from the old world. That's going to be a little bit difficult. I think I'm going to ignore their happiness for the time being. This will be a bit of a financial drain on me, but at some point they should produce something that allows me to export back. Bombins, gold mine, electricity. Now that's cool. That is really, really cool. So we're actually going to start industrializing properly at some point. Okay. Anything over here? No, there's just the one over there. Okay, I've got one there. Are there any more? Yeah, they're a little bit far away at this point. Oil, I don't think I've seen anything for oil yet. I think remember reading that it's not available in the beta at this stage. It's going to be something that will be done at a later date. Either way though, we're going to connect up this one over here. We're going to throw down a small warehouse and two of these babies, because it is a 2-to-1 ratio. So we get a brick every minute, and so this thing pumps it out every 30 seconds. So 2-to-1 ratio, we'll get that going. Now tortillas require cattle farms for beef, and they require corn farms for the actual tortilla itself. So these are going to be really good. I'm going to set up, assuming I probably should start mapping out where I want this population to actually go. So in that case, let's get a couple of colonist residences. Let's say there. Let's say up to there. I think I can fit most of them in here. Probably should be in pure blueprint mode, but that'll do. And I want, let's go 1, 2. 1, 2. I think I need to clear fill a lot of this area. I don't particularly like doing it, but this stuff is really getting in my way. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I think I'll do another row there. And that's exactly where we're going to go. So these go down here. There you go. So that is going to be the extent of our city on this island. I don't expect to need much more than that while in the beta, because I will be running out of time shortly. As I said before, it is edging towards Sunday, so I expect them to revoke my access to this sometime in the near future, probably Monday morning, possibly even midnight tonight. I really don't know whether it's working on my time or their time or anything like that. So we're going to need to get beef farms. Let's continue doing the great tradition of clear felling a whole bunch of forest. How much beef am I going to require? 6 farms, and they are a decent size. They are an interesting size. I suppose I can put them behind me. That might be how I do it. Let's actually throw them down and just see how we go from here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, the question is, how can I tessellate this? There's a lot of different ways you can do it, but I've never been the best Anno tessellator, actually making them go in properly. But I think if I can get it like that, it'll fit. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put it on the other side and back one like that. I should be looking at how many I need here. 1 minute, 30 seconds, 1 minute. So each one of these, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, will require 2 tortilla makers to take advantage of it. So they can really pump it out. This will allow me to make 6 tortilla makers. So that is well and truly overkill. I think 2 is enough for now. That'll allow me to make 4. You come down that way, I'll throw a small warehouse in there, and we'll get a couple of cornfields as well.
Festival has ended.
How many do I require? 168. Oh, damn, that is a lot of fields. What do we got here? This is a gold deposit. I can wrap around that way if I need to. So we'll just keep throwing down cornfields. How many more do I need? Just a few more. Okay, one, and I need a second one. We're going to get 2 right there. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful corn as far as the eye can see. Okay, that's all the corn we need. Now we just throw in a couple of tortilla makers and we are set. Throw you there and you there. And of course now I just need to hook up with the rest of it.
I could simply go to press.
Probably just going to press what I need.
Tip-off was a riot at a mill. I got the picket line only to take a stone to the head. When I came to, everyone, and
Invest, invest, invest. Your family is in danger. Pay your taxes and save your loved ones from a terrible fate. Your money is all that stands between the wolf-like shadow of our rivals over the border and the children and kittens nestling so peacefully at your hearth. I can't actually pay for all that though, so we'll instead just do a happiness one. So I've got enough influence to actually pull off that much propaganda. Ooh, I need more obreros. Obrero, they will begin to pick up as the tortillas filter in, but I think what we can do is probably level a couple of these guys up as well. Let's get... yep, so it's nearly done, and as the resources begin to trickle in, so it'll be 1, 2, it'll be 3, 4, so I can actually throw down 2 more of these once my workforce properly picks up. Yes, we should. You old minx, you. You are about to throw out my first tortilla. Oh, actually, already tortillas have come out. And so with that, the workforce is rising, which is brilliant. It's going to give me additional money, not much. So it looks like the needs are what give you the population in the workforce. And the luxury goods are what really give you the happiness and the real money. That gives me an additional 7 credits per house, and it's only a level 2 house with quite an easy good to make. Not that I can make it particularly easily anyway at this point. I do need sugar, so I wonder if it's worthwhile just to buy in sugar. So if I go... I need raw materials, nope, I need agricultural goods, which is going to be sugar cane. Let's have a look at rum making. How is rum made? Rum requires just sugarcane and timber to make rum. So actually what we'll do is we'll just buy in as much sugarcane as we can. Anyone willing to sell it can sell it to us. We will buy in the finished good as well, which is going to be rum. So we'll buy as much rum in as we can. And then once I get a whole chunk of sugar coming in, what I can do is buy in the rum while also buying in the actual sugar cane itself, and just have a single rum factory just supplementing what I'm also buying in. And so they'll work together that way. That allows you to effectively buy in more, because there's only so much they will sell you. You can't supply your island completely of stuff that you're buying. I don't really care, probably because something ended. You are still missing goods. Question is why? If I go back to tortilla production, each factory takes 30 seconds. Oh, I completely misread that. I need it. Yeah, I do need this. I need 2 to 1. So that was a big mistake. So I need 2 more of each. So I really should have been a bit more careful there. So I need 2 more of these babies. Let's throw another beef farm there with 1. Let's see if I can fit this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 beef farm. I get another beef farm over. I think I could fit 1 there. If I can't, I'll move it. Yep, so I'm going to move it 3. Okay. Oh, come on, beef. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's loads of beef. That'll keep them going. And of course, 2 more corn farms. And then we'll be rolling in the tortillas. Tortillas coming out of our eyeballs. There we go, it's enough there. And we'll get this one to just start the corn going as well. Back that way again as far as we can go. So there we go. So that should set the second tortilla factory back in. So, oh shit, I was meaning to do that before when I got distracted. Let's throw you down there. Throw another one up. Another one up this direction. And we'll throw a third one out over here. That'll really get fire coverage for the entire island. Probably not enough to save us in time because it's going to take quite a while to actually train those guys. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't lose too much workforce. Chapel is good. What we're going to get now, while that's raging, is getting a boxing arena. And that should... How far does that reach? Most of the way. It doesn't quite cover the bottom southeast here. So I think I can just level up the guys through the center of town. Yes, yes. Can't mobilize you with insufficient population happiness. Well, that's what happiness is good for. It doesn't say that on the tin. So we're going to require coffee as well. Coffee is something, it's a simple 2-to-1 production chain. But it does require quite a lot of workers. It requires... that's so weird. It does require just the regular workers, the jornaleros, and of course the coffee roaster requires a shit ton of the Ibero workforce. So it's probably worthwhile sticking another one of these over here. That'll give me additional supply all the way down. I'm going to need another chapel as well. These guys over here on the east, so I'll throw a chapel over. I think the chapel's better served going. Yeah, put the chapel there, and that should. You want a non-aggression pact for 3 hours? Yeah, I'll accept that. Hopefully, I can turn you into a trade partner. Actually, can I do that now? You are at 45.
Left ruins behind.
Request trade rights. We're not happy about that. Flattering is high. Offering a gift is still only medium high. So I will flatter you again. Please work.
Thanks. Here's another. Take this simple card and I'll tell you right away what it is.
Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but you're looking a little bit happier. You, Beryl Amara, are still not willing to trade. Still not willing to do anything, in fact. But... for 5 grand.
Yeah, I'll give part to merchants. A small part.
Oh, that woman is funny. Okay, looking good. We got. Look, I'm not a cattle farmer, but that does seem like quite considerable overstocking. Yeah, a bit of a problem there, guys. It's unsustainable what you're doing. But there you go, nice big oil patches in the center. We've colonized Texas already. Now, I'm going to require the coffee because coffee will be the next great leap forward. To do that, I need 150 workers there. So let's get a couple of these guys in the center leveled up.
A new milestone.
Get these rebuilt. Ooh, I can make hats. Oh shit, okay. Cotton plantations, which I do not have cotton fertility. That's difficult. Cotton mills, and then bowler hat weavers, and of course an alpaca farm requiring felt, and then requiring that. So it's starting to get more and more complicated. So of course the ponchos just require basic alpaca wool, but the hats actually require them to be made into felt first. Do these guys require the hats? Yes, they do. So far, unlike excuse me, unlike a lot of previous annos, there's not a lot of back and forth. This is almost a completely self-contained unit, which is very different to pretty much every other anno I've played except for 2070. So 2070 had a large portion of it was made up just by whichever race you chose, and you have to choose the tech people, the underwater people would need to provide you a couple of goods really to get to the highest levels, but otherwise you're fairly self-contained in the early part. With Anno 2205, there was a hell of a lot of intermixing right from the get-go, almost. You went up to the ice place, and then you went to... Oh, I don't even remember now. There are a whole bunch of them, and there was a lot of back and forth trading. It was absolutely vital to really, to even level up beyond the very basic. And the same with Anno 1404. Really, the second level people required spices as one of their foods, and that was something you got from the second race, so to speak, second building style. So these guys really are quite different. Sewing machines, obviously, you'd have to import from the old world, but that's the first thing. And by then, I'm already going up to the third level. Either way, I think coffee is going to be something that I'm going to do in the next episode. So I've been Bill here. This has been Anno 1800, and we have settled the new world. We've got actually a fairly... Well, let's get out of the trees here. We've got a fairly decent little town that's popped up already in the new world. It's let's get those blueprints out of the way. They're not quite as nice looking as they could be. That's a bit better. It's quite a decent town we built up in a very short period of time because they are mostly self-reliant, which I'm not sure if I like very much. It doesn't really have that Anno feel to it. It's very much just building up a separate island, and each island is very much a force of its own. So hopefully they'll even fix that or consider it, or more interconnection will develop later on as we get further into the game. But I don't think that's going to be happening in this closed beta, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway guys, take care, smash that thumbs up button if you like it, thumbs down if you don't, drop a comment either way and let me know what you do like and don't like about it, so I can make sure to show you more of that. Take care guys, I'll see you around.